We're here at the 2018 Toronto Pro Super Show, and Bray is one of the guest posers for the event. So, if you wouldn't mind telling the people a little bit about yourself, where you're from.
I am originally from Kitchener, but I live and train in Woodstock, and I go to school in Woodstock, and I've been bodybuilding for about 7 years now. And I've done the guest pose at the 2017 Toronto Pro Show, the Gala Championships, the London Championships, and I just recently placed first in the first ever Canadian wheelchair division show in Stratford at the Jim Morris Classic in April.
So, you've been doing this for 7 years, but how old are you, and what made you get started in this whole wheelchair bodybuilding?
I'm 19 years old, and what made me get started was I actually saw a YouTube video of the first IFBB Pro Wheelchair competition, and that's what made me want to get started and involved in wheelchair bodybuilding.
Yeah, so the competition he was talking about was actually the 2011 Houston Pro Show. So that's a time frame. So he got inspired by watching others. And other people that see this and see your guest posing routine at this year's Toronto Pro Super Show, what words of encouragement would you give somebody? Because just like you started, they may want to get started too.
I would say don't worry about if you're not big enough, and don't worry about just go out there and do it and get into it, because we need the numbers for the sport to grow in Canada, and the more numbers that we have and the more we get noticed, the more they're going to realize they need to establish something to get it out there for us.
So when you were guest posing, you were very confident on stage, and that takes a lot of encouragement. But at the same time, people see that you're in a wheelchair, and a lot of people wonder, it's like, why is he in the wheelchair? So if you wouldn't mind telling people, why are you in a wheelchair? What happened?
I was born with quad cerebral palsy. I was diagnosed when I was 1.
So what keeps you going? I mean, what's the motivation for you?
What keeps me going right now, just to improve and to be my best self, and just to see the bigger guys. That always gives me motivation to move forward and keep progressing as well.
So when you're doing this stuff in competing, I see that your dad's a big supporter. What type of factor does he play in your life?
Oh, he plays a very big factor. He's at every show. He puts up with all my crap too, but he travels with me everywhere. He's also my photographer too. He's just all around very supportive.
That's awesome. So what is next for you? Do you see that yourself, can you picture yourself as a pro one day? Would you like to compete against the big boys like you saw today?
Of course, one day, but for now, rest is a good idea. I've done about 5 in a span of a year, and hopefully the CPA will offer another wheelchair pro qualifying show. Soon it'll be out there, and then I'll be ready for that one whenever it comes.
Well, you heard it first. Well, thank you, my man.